there has been times where I have had to take a step back, and more specifically, there are times where certain outfits, administrations, um, start to become kind of eclectic, more of a Unitarian kind of outfit, and I just couldn't sit under the entire administration. So it was just taking a step back, and of course you got the guys that you will listen to and do want you to be there, if not in support of their efforts, but so that you can hear something for your instruction and those kind of things. But I just couldn't do it. I just wasn't able to kind of been so far into the hoopla, or been up to my neck in hoopla, that I just couldn't do it anymore. So I just just took a step back and kind of reassess some things and some of the challenges that I had while I was part of that administration. I no longer had those challenges. So that was good for me, because it gave me the opportunity to go after some other items that essentially I didn't have any restraint, or there wasn't anybody to stop me. And of course, there were no administrative rules that were going to prevent my moving, taking action on something. So it seemed like while I was, in that administration, there was this constant, really just like a constant need to look for anything that would cause doubt, question, or even stop whatever it was that I might have, had in mind to do for the administration, or for people the administration worked for. And really all that did was make it to where my attitude was just, it just seemed tense. It's just, always having this, wondering what we're facing today. Never was it like a walking into the administration with the feeling of everyone's been working really hard together, get things done together. And, I never felt like that. Uh, those are stressors. Those are major stressors. Um, we froze up. We've got to freeze. Yeah. Well, I don't know why it does that. I got AT&T froze up on me, so. But anyways, really just kind of getting into the whole behavior side of things, uh, uh, it changes. It can change a lot in a person's. Maybe a person doesn't act mean spirited. They stay chipper, look different, and that's not healthy to anyone. And so, I have had to take a step back because I really don't want to see other, people that have um, really just a. First of all, whenever it comes to theology matters, and anybody that's going to be um, a part of an outfit um, that is going to constantly be propagating their theology, but casting um, doubt and shame and question and you know uh, the two camps aren't really coexisting without there being some tension. It just doesn't work. Now, anyone who will say, "Yeah, you can make it work. You just have to agree to disagree." Well, in a debate, that works, right? But if you've got a campaign and everybody within that campaign are supposed to be on the same team, right? But they're always in a struggle for power, moves and that sort of thing while debating each other. It's not healthy. It doesn't work unless everybody's. What I used to love hearing people say is, you're gonna have to meet me in the middle. You got to give a little. And I used to say, okay, yeah, yeah. Where are you going to meet me in the middle? Insofar as the position that I take, what are you willing to move away from in order to get closer to the position I take? And then they look at you like, What? Because what they're not really saying they want to meet you in the middle. What they're really saying is come off your post, abandon your post, leave your post. And anybody that's willing to compromise, that's one thing. If you're shown truth and error, there's fixing it, right? But it's a whole nother thing whenever you know what is true, and then you go with the other side, if you will, just to make them happy, because they're not abandoning their post. They've just manipulated you into and made you feel like it's like a narcissist, making you feel like you're attacking them when they're not leaving their post, they're not abandoning their post, you know. But the behavior, whether you end up flying off the handle one day or just frustrated about something, or I don't know, maybe you just get all depressed, whatever the case is. The behavior changes. Your behavior is going to change. It's going to be affected. And likewise, when we're dealing with folks that, say, for example, you're working in administration or you're just working with somebody, right? And they are constantly trying to, if you're on a topic and you start to say something and then they have to interrupt you while you're speaking so that you can't say whatever it is that you're trying to work through to figure out whatever you're working on. What they're essentially saying is shut up. Shut your mouth. I'm talking. Right? And that's a very arrogant thing. That's especially whenever they're talking over you with, no, this is what is going to be done. Like, there's no interest in even sharing the platform with another human being to listen to somebody. Because even if I am wrong about something, right, if every time I start to speak to whatever it is we're discussing, someone's interrupting me and not allowing me to share that platform, what they're telling me is that I don't have any human, like there's no human equivalent